Hey guys, lately I've been really wanting to make a Square-0, so I decided to do that today. Now I had two square ones I could modify and I wasn't sure which one to use. One of them was a YJ Guanlong square one, and the other one was my first ever square one, the Calvin's Puzzle square one. On one hand, I wanted to use the Guanlong square one because it's just a simple design and I really don't care that much about it. I also kind of didn't want to use my Calvin's Puzzle square one because it was my first square one. Also, no one really buys from Calvin's Puzzle anymore, so I might just want to keep that around. But on the other hand, I wanted to use the Calvin's Puzzle square one for this modification because I feel like I'm more likely to use the YJ Guanlong square one because it just has better turning overall. But in the end, I just decided to use the YJ Guanlong square one and set the Calvin's Puzzle square one aside. Now, if you don't know what the Square-0 mod is, I'm pretty sure DGCubes invented this mod a long time ago. If you don't know how it works, basically the corner pieces and the center pieces are glued together so that it's kind of bandaged in a way. It's quite a simple process. You just have to glue the pieces together, and then that's it really. First though, I got out a knife to help me remove the stickers. The stickers for some reason were kind of hard to remove. But I finally finished, and I just had a completely unstickered square one. Then I disassembled the puzzle. Now, like I said before, you just glue the pieces together, but I couldn't find any of my super glue. So, using my incredibly large brain, I decided, you know what, I don't have super glue, but I do have Elmer's glue. But really, I just wanted something to temporarily hold the pieces together and then use epoxy sculpt later to sort of cement it. So I cut out my glue stick and just attached the pieces together. Surprisingly though, they did stick together. They didn't just instantly unstick, which was kind of what I was expecting. So I did that for every piece. Then I got out some epoxy sculpt to sort of fill the cracks and cement the pieces together. Now, I don't usually wear gloves when handling epoxy sculpt, but you really should because it's probably not good to just have that on your skin. So this time around, I got some gloves and decided to use them. Now, my epoxy sculpt is extremely old, so it kind of looks like this. Really nice looking.
Ew, what the heck?
I really should get some new epoxy sculpts. Anyways, if you don't know how epoxy sculpt works, you basically just mix equal portions of these two mixtures. And at first it's like a clay, but after 24 hours it hardens completely and it becomes like this plastic and it is waterproof. Now, clearly my epoxy sculpt wasn't doing the best, so I got some water to help me mix it together. Once the epoxy sculpt was rather uniform, I began trying to fill the cracks of the pieces. Then after a bit, it hardened. I actually didn't have to wait the full 24 hours because I didn't use that much epoxy sculpt. Then I got out some 80 grit sandpaper and began sanding down the pieces so they weren't so bumpy. I actually found some super glue afterwards, but it looked like this. So yeah, not really functional. But then later, I found some super glue that was definitely functional. And it was good because the pieces all began falling apart at that point because the epoxy sculptor wasn't doing a very good job of cementing it since I only just filled the cracks, and obviously the Elmer's glue just really wasn't a great idea. So I just took the time to super glue all of the pieces back together. Now, some of the pieces had a sort of rounded corner, while others didn't. That was my fault because I didn't do it very precisely, but I decided I liked the rounded corner look as opposed to a sharp corner. And when I say corner, I just mean the sort of inner corner, not the actual outer corners. So there's only one inner corner. So for the ones that were kind of sharp as opposed to rounded, I got some super glue and super glued the corner and then just dipped the piece into my pile of dust to build up a layer. Then I got out some 600 grit sandpaper and sanded all the pieces down to make it nice and smooth. Then I got a wet paper towel and just wiped down all the pieces so there was no dirt. I put some cooking oil into this strange looking dish and used the oil to paint the pieces black. This is a trick I learned from Nathan Wilson. He's a pretty popular puzzle modder When I found out this trick, I was actually really happy because I don't like using chemicals to paint the pieces. Nail polish and spray paint do work, but I think oil is just the best. It doesn't paint it fully black, but it definitely does darken the piece, which is enough for me. It's also very quick. Here's what all the pieces look like. Then I got out some vinyl sticker sheets that I have to cut out the stickers. Then I got out one of the stickers from the Square-0 that I peeled off originally to help me guide the sort of actual sticker I was going to cut. And I just used scissors to do this. So here's what the center part of the Square-0 looked like once it was stickered. Then I got corners from both sides of the Square-0 and traced the pieces onto a piece of index card to make a template. I then cut out the two templates and used it to, again, help guide me cut the stickers. So here's what all of these stickers look like once I was done cutting them and sticking them onto the puzzle. They actually turned out pretty well, considering the fact that I'm not very good at cutting stickers. There's three main categories of stickers: the yellow pieces, the white pieces, and then just the sort of blocks of red, orange, blue, and green. I then assembled the puzzle. And here it is, the completed Square-0. It's not perfect and the turning isn't the greatest because I didn't glue the pieces exactly in line, so the mechanism catches just a little bit. Assembling it was also pretty hard, so I actually had to unscrew it and then put all the pieces in and then screw it back together, which was kind of annoying. But overall, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Aside from the not so perfect stickers and the occasional catching, this is actually quite a simple mod to do, so I would definitely recommend you guys trying it out. If you guys do make one of these for yourself, definitely let me know how it goes in the comment section below. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time on Crazy Bean Carol. Bye!